I'm Christine Schiavone, and our show is Spiritual Exploration. Tonight we're going to talk about crystals and gemstones. But before we get into that, and before I introduce my very special guest, I would like to dedicate this show also to someone who was very, very close to me, and she passed away this past April. I miss her very much, as I have dedicated several shows lately to friends that have passed, and I dearly, dearly miss them all. Jean Shahan was my sister-in-law. She and I were very close, and I do miss her dearly. She is going to be very, very, very missed by myself and her family. They are very much missing her. I'm dedicating the show to her because I knew that she liked things like gemstones and crystals, and I waited to do this dedication to her so that it would be on this show, because I know that Jean is probably with us right now, and she, I'm sure, will enjoy this because she's really very much into these kind of things, and I miss her. Thank you. In the meantime, though, I'd like to introduce my guest, Mary Silvernail. You've seen Mary here on several shows with me. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you very much for having me back, Christine.
It's my pleasure, always my pleasure.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk about, we're talking about gemstones and crystals, and you're going to, my very, very first show back in 1999 was about gemstones.
Really?
Yes, I did that with a lady who used to have a shop here on Staten Island. She has since moved upstate, and but she did my very, very first show with me. It was only half an hour. Usually, now I do hour shows, but just the first time when I was just getting my feet wet, and that was the subject. So this is 12 years ago.
Wow, I feel honored. I feel honored that you're having me to do that type of a show then. Thank you.
Oh yeah, so we haven't done this in like 12 years, and so I think it's about time we give our audience more information about crystals and gemstones.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I have a whole array here, as you can see on the table. I brought some of my gemstones that I have from my office, from my home, some that I sell at my office also. But this very large one here, this is a rose quartz.
Yeah,
and
that's a big one.
Yeah, isn't that big? Isn't that
huge.
Big and really, really beautiful?
Looks like a giant piece of ice.
Doesn't it? But see that nice pink tint to it?
Yes.
Rose quartz, really, if you're looking for love in your life, rose quartz is the stone for you. You can wear rose quartz, of course not a big stone like this, but you can have that in your house. But like a little rose quartz like this that's bound with wire, and you can wear it as a pendant. Or you could have rose quartz in your home or in your office. And rose quartz, first of all, it's the love stone, as I was saying. But also it has some other very nice qualities to it. It increases fertility, so which is important, because I think that it would be very advantageous to someone who is trying to have a child right now, that if they bring a nice piece of rose quartz into their home, and rose quartz is not that expensive. It's not a very expensive stone. It also removes any negative emotions from your home or your environment, and such as like anger or jealousy or fear or even guilt. And wearing that stone would only draw love into your life, but if you're dealing with any of those kind of emotional issues, that would also
take away the negativity?
Yes, a lot.
Wow.
Well, also, as far as taking away negativity, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, that's really important.
Yeah.
I have these three stones here. If you can see, there's an amethyst, a clear quartz, and then we have a black quartz. And these three stones in particular, these are actually from my desk. where I do my readings, and also from my office where I do my healings, etc. But anyone, whoever, and you've been to my office, I don't know if you remember seeing these lined up, because I have them all lined up, and each one has a purpose.
I remember you had a lot of stones in the office there.
Right, right. But these three in particular are the ones that I use quite a bit. This one takes away the negativity. And
That's called?
This is a quartz, but it's a smoky quartz.
Okay.
And then there's different levels of smoky quartz, which I'll explain to you.
Okay.
But this one will take away any of the negativity. When someone comes to see me with a problem, or some sort of an illness, this really soaks up all that negative energy first. Then this one will bring in that beautiful light. This is the clear quartz. And then this one is the amethyst, and this amethyst helps me with my psychic ability so that I'm able to connect with them more easily. Now, there's two amethysts actually here. There's this beautiful piece that was loaned to us. This is a rough piece of amethyst, and this has a lot of power behind it. This is not mine, this was loaned to us, but this is really nice. And see the way the nice point is? That's important too with a crystal when you're working with it, because the more points that it has to it, like this one, or if you look at the three that I had mentioned to you that I have on my desk that I use, the more points that you have, then the more powerful that it can be, and it can direct the energy much better. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And this is a nice little loaner here. This is hematite. Actually, I believe didn't your nephew? Yes, he lent this to us to use in the show tonight. This is his personal piece.
Really?
Yes. And this hematite is really great for healing, balancing. I was telling him how I have a friend of mine who has rheumatoid arthritis, and and see how this is magnetic?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
so is hematite a magnetic stone?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And what I have a friend of mine who has very severe rheumatoid arthritis, very severe, progressed state, and she wears hematite around her neck, beads around her neck, around each wrist, and around her ankles.
Really?
And you know, she's not walking with a cane anymore. She was.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, she's also a Reiki master. She does Reiki.
And she can do it on herself too.
Right, and she has been doing it on herself. And plus, between using the crystals and using the stones and also the Reiki, as you're a Reiki master.
That's right.
So, you know.
So are you.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Well, actually, that's another thing, you know, that's my friend Patty. I think I've talked about her before.
Yeah, I think I remember the name.
She has a healing center up in the Poconos in Cresco, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to be doing a lot of work out of there.
Right. So
also,
where's this? Cresco, Pennsylvania?
Cresco, Pennsylvania.
How far is that?
It's called Holistic Health Haven, and it's in Cresco, Pennsylvania.
HHH.
Yeah, HHH. And you know, my business is Hope Hypnosis and Holistic Center.
Wow.
So see the H is there.
Oh, God.
So we're merging our services together because I have a lot of clients in Pennsylvania, and this way then they can just come and see me there too, besides down in Waretown.
Well, you know what, while we're on the subject, tell everybody where you are located if they should like to visit you in your office or wherever. You do have a place in New Jersey too.
Right, I've been there for many years. It's exit 69 on the Parkway. I'm in Waretown, New Jersey on Route 9. Hope Hypnosis and Holistic Center, www.hopehypnosis.com. And my email address is hopehypnosis@AOL.com, and my phone number is 609-242-3900. And so now I'm going to be in two locations. I'm going to be down at the shore, the Jersey Shore, and if it's more convenient for my clients, then they can come and see me up in the Poconos too. So
Very
anyway,
good.
yeah, because I have a lot of clients that come from New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and yeah, and of course New Jersey. But anyway, so What were we saying?
Now, okay.
I know. We got a little off track. Oh,
We're talking about hematite.
right, the hematite. And hematite.
That's also good for focusing too, I understand.
Yes,
To be able to help you pay attention or focus on what you're doing.
Yes.
So that you can.
Yes, and also it's very good for any negative energy, along with the smoky quartz. Now, this is a piece of smoky quartz here, this black one. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one that I have on my desk, and as you can see, all the points on this, and that's one of the reasons why I was so attracted to it. But also, then we have smoky quartz over here. Oops, sorry.
Oops. Little angel here
Oh,
carved out of crystal, huh?
Yeah, there's all kinds of, crystals can come in all types of varieties. But this smoky quartz, see the point on this?
It's a lighter smoky quartz.
Yes, it is.
Almost a clear crystal.
Yes, and it has a lot of nice detail to it. But anyway, this smoky quartz would be good for meditation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to hold it in your hand for meditation. But this also soaks up any negative energy. Now, as far as the little angel, could you hand me that, please?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is quartz, clear quartz crystal. And this is a little angel that's carved out of the clear quartz crystal, which is the same crystal as this, but it's just carved a little bit differently. And then we have here a little skull.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, you know about the little skulls, right? Didn't
Well,
you
I
do
did a
show
show,
on
yes,
that?
about the 13 skulls.
Yes, the 13 skulls. Well, here's a nice little skull.
Wow.
That is made from the clear quartz crystal. And so,
Amazing.
yeah, isn't it? I mean, it comes in so many varieties.
Tell our audience, how do crystals become about? They grow.
Oh, absolutely.
In
and clear
caves,
quartz,
right?
yes, they do. Yes, the caverns. And clear quartz crystal is the one that there is the most abundance of in the earth. And actually, what clear quartz crystals, you can use clear quartz crystals along with other crystals, such as if you want to amplify the energies, say that you're working psychically, or even just if you want to amplify any of the healing energies from, say, the amethyst or any other crystal, using clear quartz crystal just amplifies it. It just really moves it up.
Really?
A tremendous amount, yes.
Really?
So many times in my healing work, I'll use different crystals, and depending upon what I'm doing with them, such as in a Reiki session. Have you ever used them in your Reiki sessions?
No, actually I haven't.
To balance the chakras? Well, what I do, there's actually a picture in a book here, which this is a very nice book. It's called Healing Crystals. As you can see, I have little marks here about certain crystals. This is called Healing Crystals, and you could pick this up in any bookstore. There's another very nice book. It's called The Crystal Bible, and you could pick this up in a Barnes & Noble or online, and this contains a ton of information. There's also a very nice book by Doreen Virtue. And you know who Doreen Virtue is? She
No,
writes
I don't
a
think
lot
I've
of
heard the name.
Well, she writes a lot of angel books, and as you know, I do a lot of work with the angels.
Right, we did a show about, you had all your little angel statues with you. That was beautiful,
that
yeah.
show.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a beautiful show.
It was.
It really was. I adored that show. Well, the angels can also help you when you're working with your crystals. And there's a really nice book. It's by Doreen Virtue, and it's called Crystal Healing. And you could pick that up at any Barnes & Noble. Doreen Virtue writes a whole lot of different angel books, but there's one in particular where you can work with the crystals too, and the angels.
Look at this one on the screen right now. That's like it's sliced, right?
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's absolutely beautiful. What I wanted to show you is as far as, now, here is a picture of how you see this picture here?
Lady is laying down on the floor.
Right. She's laying down on the floor, but when I do my healings, and I'm sure you do too, you use a massage table, right, for your client to do your healing usually?
Yeah.
Or actually they could sit or whatever.
I usually use a chair, but give them a chair session.
Oh, okay. Well, what this is, it's a lady laying on the floor, yes, but she has all different crystals on her body.
Straight down.
Right straight down her body. And there are certain crystals that you use for certain chakras on the body. And that's how you can use crystals in your healing. But if you're not a Reiki master or not a Reiki practitioner or other type of a healer,
right,
then just for yourself, you can use certain crystals such as if you, as we were talking about before in reference to the rose quartz, if you had a little piece of rose quartz, you could just lay down on your bed and you could put a little piece of rose quartz on your heart chakra, which the chakras are the main energy points in the body. Mm-hmm. You could put it by your heart, and you could just ask this little crystal to help bring the energies of love into your life.
Or heal a hurt heart.
Or heal, yes, yes.
There's a lot of people walking around with hearts that have been broken or hurt.
Yes.
You can't say broken, but hurt. And so wearing something like that close to their heart might help them heal, huh?
Well, yes, but for emotional healing, I would really, yes, as far as the heart goes, but also for emotional healing, what I find works beautifully is what's right in front of you, the citrine. Isn't that a beautiful piece of citrine?
Yeah, I have a smaller piece like that on my vanity at home. That's very nice.
I have another piece at home that I have actually on my dresser in my bedroom, and it's shaped like a heart. Of citrine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just shaped that way. That's,
in other words,
it wasn't carved. It's a natural piece, and it's just naturally shaped like a heart.
Wow, hot stuff.
I really love it.
I'll bet.
But the thing is that citrine brings a very nice balancing. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about in reference to the citrine, it's called the sunstone. And it holds pure sunlight. So it never, ever absorbs any negativity.
Really?
Yes. That's why it's so healing.
Really? Because that is odd for a stone to not.
It never absorbs any negativity. There is no other stone that I can say that about. And if you notice here, one of my wands, do you see one of my healing wands? You said you have one similar at home.
I do have.
Yeah, this has citrine on it. And I use this in my healings.
Yeah, you would hold it and then you'd run the Reiki energy right through it.
Yes, you can. And you direct it, and then the Reiki energy comes right out through the point. Plus, I use this in a way, here's another one, this clear quartz one, that you can go down the back or the front of the person and actually remove the energy and pull it off.
Really? The negative energy?
Yes.
Take it out?
Yes. But with the citrine, what I do is then take it and focus on one particular area, maybe whatever is bothering the person. And I put the citrine there during the healing. And as you can see, I'm pointing towards my solar plexus because citrine works wonderfully with the solar plexus.
Really?
That's your power center. So if you're having a problem where you're lacking confidence or having any kind of an issue like that, citrine really works very nice too, because that will help heal the solar plexus. If you could just lay down on your bed and take a piece of citrine and put it on your solar plexus area, and that will bring in very positive, strong energies for you.
Really?
Yes. You see, citrine also brings joy to every aspect of your life. I wrote a few notes down here in reference to a few things. And it attracts money.
Really?
So, yes.
This stone here attracts money.
Yes. You take a little piece of that. If you have a business, you put it in your cash register, or you take a little piece and you put it in your pocketbook, and it will attract money. Or if you have a business that you do on the computer, okay, you put it next to your computer.
That's citrine.
Citrine, yes. And if you have a problem also in reference to your liver, your spleen, your gallbladder, your digestive system, now realize that's all what? Around this power center, right?
Yes.
All those organs?
Yes.
Citrine works very, very well. Very well. And if, now as far as crystals go, this is what I recommend to my clients when they buy a crystal. I tell them that they need to take it home and they need to clear it first, okay?
And occasionally you need to clear your crystals too.
Yes, you do. You need to clear them and then recharge them. Okay, or the initial charge. And the way that you do that, there's a very simple way. There's several ways. I mean, sometimes people say, oh, well, just sage it. Okay, which is just burning some sage, getting the smoke, clearing it like that, and removing all the energies that had been placed there, because crystals hold energies. This is why I was saying before, like this one in particular, this dark, smoky quartz, it really soaks up any of the negative energies.
So what do you do, like between clients? Then
I sage my
clear
office.
them so that
Right.
everything is, all the negativity from the person before is gone.
Right. But, the thing is that the easiest way, if you buy a crystal for yourself, the easiest way to clear any energies from it is to just simply take the crystal, whatever crystal you buy, and you take it and you just run it, allow running water to run over it. And
cool water, right?
Yes, and have the intention, of releasing. It's all about your intention, really, too,
Oh, a lot of that has a lot to do with everything, yes, sure.
And you just allow the water to run over it, the cool water, and have your intention to release any energies that had been there previously. Then, after you do that, then you sit down and you say a nice little prayer, and it's nice to say it out loud, or you can, if no one's around, or you can say it to yourself, and you hold the crystal in your hands like this. And when you're holding the crystal in your hands like this, then you bring it up after you say your prayer or your intention, whatever you want that stone to do, and then what you do is actually blow your breath on it. That's your prana, and you have charged it with your energy and your prayer. Now, if someone touches your crystal after that,
you got to do it all over again.
You got to do it all over again.
That's right.
See, because you've been
you got
there.
a different energy touching it. Yeah. Well, that's why if you're wearing a crystal and you have cleansed it, and there's someone should not come up to you and say, and like grab it on your neck and say, oh, what a nice crystal. You shouldn't allow anybody to touch it once you have cleansed it. You have all the other energies out of it. Because when you buy a crystal, people have handled them and also all kinds of energies.
Sure.
So you have to cleanse it. So as you say, we put it under the cool water, or even sometimes I think you could even put it like on a windowsill in the sun, and that will cleanse it also.
Well, if you want to, yes, you're right, because especially citrine, since it is the sunstone, to recharge it, really nice for citrine to recharge it on the summer solstice, which is June 21st,
right?
In the morning sunlight.
Really?
Yeah, it really charges it up really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and let me see here now. In reference to the clear quartz, though, that we were talking about before, if you want to charge that up, a nice time to do that is in the midday sun. The clear quartz is the most common mineral on Earth.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Clear quartz. Let me just show you this, Christine.
That's
Look what
pretty.
I have here. Isn't this beautiful?
That's a pendulum.
This is a pendulum.
Looks like a little angel also.
Yes, it does. And I use this in my healing work. And this is clear quartz. And this will show me when the chakras are opened or closed. I don't know if you use pendulums in your work. And this is an amethyst pendulum. And this amethyst, this stone, it's very nice to use amethyst in your healings. Or you can also use an amethyst pendulum or any kind of a pendulum really, but the amethyst is really nice to use because you can get answers to questions with pendulum work, which is just simply you ask the pendulum to show you which way is yes and which way is no. Do you see this?
Yeah,
okay.
it's going
so
back and
which way
forth.
is yes?
Back and forth.
Thank you. And which way is no? See?
Little tiny
Stopping.
circle.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then, so if you have a question, you're trying to make a decision if you should do something, you can just go into a meditative state, be very relaxed, meditative state, and ask the pendulum a question.
You think
it'll
you can
show
talk to a deceased loved one by using a pendulum as well?
Well, see, I'm a medium.
Yeah.
And so I don't use a pendulum to do that. It just comes through. But
Right.
yes, because you could ask if they're here or if they're not. One of the things I wanted to show you in reference to this pendulum also, it opens up.
Wow.
And you could put oils in here.
Wow.
Or herbs. And this works very nicely in healings. But yes, as far as the deceased loved ones, well, I'm glad you brought that up because this is a stone that I use that I like to have present. This is selenite, and this is very nice for wands actually also. But this, a lot of mediums work with this type of a stone, selenite.
That's a very odd stone, huh?
Isn't that nice? You want to hold it?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, let me see, I have a couple of notes on this because there's some interesting things about it. It's actually named after Selene, the goddess of the full moon.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh, and it's very nice for wands. You
I
like
imagine that
huh?
it would be good for a moon child then, huh?
Yes.
You're also an astrologer.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes, I am. And yes, any moon child would work very well with this. But this is also the motherhood stone. And this also, it helps heal the cells and the fluids in the body. And it increases the libido.
Oh, really?
Yes, it does. Okay, so if you use a little bit of this, and then maybe you wear one of these nice red crystals here, okay, this can really heighten up your passion.
Whoa.
Anyway, this is the crystal communicator. And this really helps when you're working with the angels or the ascended masters. Now, when you want to recharge this, because you brought up something about the moon child, that's really true. Mm-hmm. Because when you want to recharge this, you want to put this in the full moon, the light of the full moon. And that really recharges it.
In other words, you should bring it out into your yard, put it on the table underneath the light of the full moon?
Of the full moon, right, the
Really?
full moon.
So that's why these books come in handy, I guess, to tell you when to charge what, under what, the sun or the moon or whatever.
Oh, yes, yes. Like amethyst, okay, you would also, the amethyst, you would also recharge in the moonlight, okay, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the full moon. All right.
Okay.
All right. So everything, that's why, you know, if you pick up a nice book like this Healing Crystals book or the Crystal Bible, you pick up these books and it gives you tons of information. Tons of information. Mm-hmm. And let me see here. There was some, amber. Oh, I love amber, don't you?
Yeah, it's very nice stone.
Yeah. This is one of my personal pieces. Actually, I wear this. This is my amethyst, and I know that we